Oh man, I just did it again. I bought the dip on Sonic. Why is it that years on, Phantom has now become Sonic, but I still think it's hugely undervalued? In this video, we're going to do another breakdown of why I think Sonic is such a great altcoin. And while I continue to sit here and think it's hugely undervalued, I mean, we're sitting here at 48 cents here on Sonic. This is a project which has a market cap of 1.4 billion. But I still keep looking at it and thinking, guys, this is hugely undervalued. Of course, this video is not financial advice. Of course, please do your own research. I'm just sharing my research, and hopefully that helps some of you guys out there. So sitting there, enjoying the market, seeing Bitcoin struggle, right? Yesterday we got good CPI inflation and Bitcoin went back up to 84. Now it's back down to 82.8, struggling around this level. I mean, if we bring out the 4-hourly EMA ribbon, you can see we're just getting the bears kind of fight us back, right? I tweeted earlier today that this is a key level. We got to get above this 4-hourly EMA ribbon if we want to change the trend. It's not going to be easy. Bears are going to want to snipe from this area, push us to the downside. They're going to want a lower low. They're going to want to go down towards 72 to 74 area. And I've been calling that price point since 110, right? It's a natural pullback of the previous all-time high. But in that market, we're seeing, Sonic here outperform Bitcoin, up 8.5%, a big 4-hourly candle spiking to the upside at 10%, almost 11% 4-hourly candle, which is insane. If you look at the S to BTC chart, it's outperforming it. It's flipped it bullish on the 4-hourly chart, which is very impressive. And even coming back to the SUSDT chart, we're trying to close above our EMA ribbon. Look at the difference there. So Bitcoin is struggling, right, against its EMA ribbon. S wants to close back above its EMA ribbon. Now, of course, that's not gonna, S is not, Sonic on its own is not capable of just outperforming the market. If Bitcoin wants to dump down to 30, 40, 50, of course your project is gonna suffer. All altcoins will suffer. But what you need to be able to do as an investor is find the opportunities, right? Find the ones which have life. I always say, look at the pumpability. I made that word up. Look at the pumpability of your coin. Is it showing strength when others aren't? I mean, look at Sonic right now. I'm looking here in the market. Let's go over to crypto bubbles. It's a little bit easier to visualize. There aren't many projects in the green today, right? I mean, Hype is down 11%. We know why. I did a good Twitter thread on that. So make sure you go follow my Twitter and read the thread on what happened here. They lost $1.4 million. They lost $4 million based on a trader who exploited it, not in a hack way, but did so in a very clever way. Make sure you go read up my thread to get caught up on what happened with Hyperliquid. Other than that, what are you seeing up? A little bit on Pepe here, 5%. Pi is up 4% here. Sonic is leading the pack today, right? Up 9.3%. And ultimately, when you look at it, I'm going to come back to the one shining metric, which years ago, if you'll follow my content when I was making Phantom content, this is what initially piqued my interest in Phantom at the time, right? I didn't know any of the team. I don't know any of the community ecosystem. I was just doing my research, like I continue to do fundamental research on cryptos today. Hold up. Are you tired of worrying about the security of your cryptocurrency transactions? In this crazy world that is crypto, protecting and preserving our digital assets is everything. And for that reason, I partnered with NordVPN, the best VPN service for crypto traders. With NordVPN, you can be sure that your online transactions are completely secure and your identity is hidden from prying eyes. The military-grade encryption technology makes sure that no one can access your data, even on public Wi-Fi networks, so you can trade with complete peace of mind anywhere, anytime. Guys, seriously, don't risk your hard-earned crypto and NFTs for the price of a coffee each month. They've also offered a free month. Oh, and they've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. Guys, seriously, it's a small price to play for a rapid, safe VPN. Definitely check it out. Link is in the description. Ijaz.uk/NordVPN. And let's get back into this video. I went down and I looked at Sonic, and this is at the time when, DeFi was popping off and Sonic was doing really well in the DeFi space. And I looked at this metric here just above my head. This market cap to DeFi TVL. Now, I know there are flaws in this metric. I know this is not the be-all and end-all to have loads of total value locked. I understand that. But total value locked is as good as a measure we have of people using your ecosystem. Yes, we look at the number of protocols, we look at total value locked, we look at all the other things, but it's a good metric. It's a good solid metric, particularly if you're comparing like to like with other blockchains. And that's exactly what I did. I looked at the TVL to market cap ratio. Now, for those who may find that a little bit complicated, whenever you're valuing something, you're doing it on a multiple, right? When you're looking at a stock, you look at the price to earnings multiple. When you're looking at buying a private company, you will pay a percentage of their turnover, or you will pay a percentage of their profit. And that ratio, right, that ratio is what you're using to compare projects, because ultimately if you have like for like and you're paying 3 times the profit of one company here, well, another company should be 3 times their profit as well, right? That's giving you the multiplying factor. Whereas when we look at this is what initially piqued my interest. You can see that Sonic right now is 2.19, okay? So in other words, 2.2 roughly times its total value locked is its market cap. And again, this depends on what TVL number you take. This is using the 700 million figure for TVL for Sonic at this time. And this was even lower back in the previous cycle, guys. This was like 0 point something. It was really bad. Now it's sitting at 2.2. But let's take a look at some of the bigger projects out there, look at their ratios. Ethereum, despite what we're seeing going on with Ethereum, many people being upset with Ethereum, there's almost nothing going on. It's 5 times. The valuation, its market cap, is 5 times the total value locked of the $45 billion locked in the Ethereum ecosystem. Solana, despite what everything's going on, despite the kind of, the upset going on in the meme spaces, 10 times, guys, 10 times its total value locked is its market cap. Bitcoin, let's ignore. Binance Smart Chain, 16.5 times. We've seen a little bit of meme activity happen now here on Binance. They got 5 billion in total value locked, sitting at 16 times its total value locked. You're buying at a 16 multiple. Tron, you're paying a 5 times multiple. Berachain's a juicy one, right? Which is why you're starting to see the attention pick up on Berachain. 0.2. 3 billion in total value locked, hugely underrated just from a TVL to market cap ratio. Move down, Arbitrum is a layer 2, so we won't look at that one for now. Avalanche, 7 times. And again, Avalanche is great tech. I hold some Avalanche. Avalanche is great tech. But when you look at Sonic, I think the tech is better. Both of them are top class in terms of their tech, but I think Sonic is better. And when you're paying a 2 multiple versus a 7 multiple total value locked, I mean, it just shows you how undervalued Sonic continues to be. Sui, you're paying a 6.5 multiple. Aptos, you're paying a 3.3 multiple. And then Sonic here at a 2 multiple. And if you go further down, we've seen the hype around Hyperliquid paying a 9.3 multiple on Hyperliquid. Cardano, guys, 77 multiple, right? There's nothing going on. And again, I hold Cardano, so I'm not here to poop on my own bag. But 335 million in total value locked. It's a third of what Sonic has, and yet we know the market cap of Cardano is much higher. You're paying a 77 multiple, which is very interesting. Now, the other thing which is useful to start looking at is look at this, the 24-hour app revenue. And this is important for a couple of reasons. One, that we've got the FEM structure on Sonic. And what that means is Sonic is, I think to my knowledge, the only, someone correct me if I'm wrong, the only layer 1 blockchain that's giving majority of their fees to the dApp developers. I think 90% of the fees go to the dApp developers, which is incredible. Gives them more incentive to grow, gives them more incentive to build on Sonic, and of course gives them longevity because they've got revenue coming in, which helps them continue to improve their product, which is really, really good. So when you look at this, you can see the 24-hour app revenue, right? And again, let's throw out some examples here. You can see Base is doing really well at close to $1 million. Berachain is doing $26,000. Binance Smart Chain 640. Ethereum 2.8 million, 3.3 million here on Solana. And again, you can see Sonic is there. It's there. It's got the 145,000. And if you want to dig into the protocols, you can do that as well, right? You can see that the protocols are starting to grow. You got Silo Finance, a lending platform, now has 170 million in total value locked. Beats is making a comeback. You got Avalon Labs, 122 million. Aave now on Sonic, 114 million. I can only see that going in one direction. Shadow is doing an amazing job as a DEX, 62 million in Shadow. And again, I think these are super early days on Shadow. Hugely bullish on Shadow and what the team are working on over there. Then if we jump onto the NFT space, NFTs are now starting to pop off on Sonic as well. You've got Derbs. I mean, if we jump onto Derbs, I was just having a flick through here. The floor price is just, I mean, if you go to lowest to highest here, the lowest you're getting is 2.7K Sonic, right? Which is about $1,300, which is pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. If you go to highest to lowest, you've got some derps going here for close to 1 million Sonic tokens, which is about $450,000, roughly speaking, right? $450,000 for an NFT on Phantom. This is stuff that wasn't around in the last cycle. And you know, you guys know I made videos. I didn't pull any punches. I said, guys, we gotta have this stuff. You gotta have games. You gotta have metaverse. You gotta have NFTs. You gotta have, of course, great DeFi again, because that's what made Phantom and will make Sonic special as well. That's what's gonna bring the people to the ecosystem. But you gotta give them inclusivity, right? You gotta give them this stuff. If they want NFTs, don't make them switch to another chain to go do the NFTs over there. Have everything in one space so they never have to leave. And once they experience the speed and the instant block finality, which we haven't even touched upon in this video, which is just insane. I mean, I can't show it to you in a video. Just go and use it. Right? Go and use it. Go and buy yourself a cheap. I mean, you can look at Goggles as well. Goggles is doing really well. I mean, look at this. 888,000 Sonic tokens for a goggle. I want to give another shout out to check out this collection as well. Type in 146, the tech is within you, and you will see the Andrelio collection here as well. These look awesome. And again, you can buy these. Just go buy one, have an interaction with the Shadow Exchange, have an interaction with PaintSwap here, and just look at how fast the Sonic blockchain is. And go check the Sonic Explorer and see how quickly that updates as well. So, exciting times here. I mean, we look at the price action, and of course it's frustrating, right? This is a project which just weeks ago was knocking on the door of $1, but you've got to look at these as opportunities, right? People are FOMOing in up there at $1. The tech has improved in these last couple of weeks. More adoption has happened in these last couple of weeks. It's just overall market fear. And it's not even crypto fear. It's global economy fear to do with the tariffs. So whenever I see opportunities like this, I just love it, because I look at that and I go, that's a whole bunch of discount. Right? That is a discount. That's as much as a discount gets, because the opposite is if something bad happens with the project, right? If something, God forbid, bad happens with a project, like they get hacked, or, you know, TVL is running away, or something happens with one of the project or the team or something like that, then that's not a discount. That's the market pricing in that the project has got weaker. This is falling 50% just because the market wants to dump. So for me, when I look at it and I have conviction over a longer period of time, I just can't help but buying these dips here on Sonic. And again, showing huge strength. I just have a strong feeling that once Bitcoin sorts itself out and starts recovering, once the wider economy starts recovering, once some of these tariff issues are behind us, and we saw a good CPI inflation reading yesterday, we got PPI later on today, I just think this is going to move. I just think we're going to have a really strong period here on Sonic. Again, I want to remind you, you're sitting at, you know, fully diluted market cap of 1.54 billion. I mean, that is just insane. If these are, you know, let's compare these to just normal market cap figures, and you got XRP at 132, you got BNB at 82 billion, Solana 64 billion. Right? So if you were sitting there with a moonshot of thinking, you know, why can't we 50x here to get to that Solana market cap? Which, by the way, Solana could do much better. We haven't even had our proper alt season yet, right? Look at Cardano. We just spoke about the TVO in Cardano, 25 billion, right? So you got a 15, 16x just to get to Cardano size. I think it's possible. Right, which is why I continue to buy, I continue to hold, because, and I don't think, you know, I'm not necessarily saying it's going to flip in Cardano or Solana. I think the market is going to grow. I think the market's going to grow, Bitcoin's going to grow, Ethereum's going to do really well eventually, and I think a lot of these top 10, top 15 projects are going to climb, and that's going to leave room behind it for other projects to creep into the top 20, but still have 30, 40 billion dollars in market cap. I think you're going to be surprised by, I mean, if we look at the top 20 right now, you're getting into the top 20 with just $6.7 billion in market cap. I think that level of entry, once we get a proper alt season, is going to be closer to $20-25 billion to get into the top 20. I just think that's how the space is going to grow. So there you have it, guys. That's my take on Sonic. Weigh in below. Let me know your thoughts on Sonic. My biggest problem right now is making sure I don't buy too much, right? You guys know I'm sensible. I don't let parts of my portfolio get over allocated. I think that's just reckless. You could love a project just like I love certain projects, but at the end of the day, it's got to stay the right part of your portfolio, right? And look, Sonic is a part of the layer 1 section of my portfolio. My risk now is just making sure I don't over allocate. I just add on the dips strategically and don't let it become too big part of my portfolio, even though I'm always tempted to do so. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this type of content, please don't forget to smash up the likes. Don't forget to subscribe. Join me in the Telegram community where I'm actively trading altcoins and I share those trades with you. Yep, link is in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.